Okay, for tonight's homework 12-2, I would like you to do the work in the packet and this extra work onto the packet that I'm going to have you show me. In Math 1, turn it in. In my honors classes, do this work and the extra and document it. So here we go. First problem right here off your packet, page 28. These are solving inequalities. This one, I'm dividing by -5 to solve that for x. You got to remember, dividing by a negative number makes that inequality flip around. So it's not going to be x less than, it's going to be x switched to more than. 35 divided by -5 is -7. So that would be on your number line. All numbers to the right of -7. Those are numbers bigger than -7. Open circle to the right. And the justification, I need you to switch because I divided by -5. That is what switches your inequality around. Okay, this problem right here, I'm just subtracting 68. That -68 does nothing to the original inequality. It's going to stay in that more than or equal to direction. 75 minus 68 is going to give me 7. That justification, do not switch because you did not divide by a negative number. All right, let's keep going. Okay, next problem's here. For this problem, adding 4, car. I'm adding 4 to both sides and gives me 2x less than or equal to 14. Divide both sides by 2, gives me x less than or equal to 7. That would be a square bracket, and this is incorrect. It would be less than -7. That would be from -infinity to 7 square. So that's incorrect. Don't write that. Do not switch. This one, take away 5 on both sides. Make sure to bring down that -4x less than or equal to 12. Right here, dividing by -4. That dividing by -4 switches that inequality into x more than or equal to, and then 12 divided by -4 is -3. So that would be all numbers more than -3 to the right of -3 on the number line. Switch it because you divided by a -4. And again, that would be solid circle on -3 to the right. This would be solid circle on +7 to the left. All right, number 7, I'm timesing both sides by -3. That timesing by -3 will flip this inequality to the less than direction. Timesing -10 times -3, 9 times 1 gives me x less than, switch it, +30 over 9. And again, justification, switch because you multiplied by a negative number. All right, last one, number 8. I'm going to have you distribute that. So distribute that. 2x minus 6 less than or equal to 3x minus 2. After I distribute 2x minus 6, it becomes a variables on both sides where I add 6, take away 3x, divide. So solve it like a variables on both sides. Add 6 to both sides, bring down the 2x less than or equal to 3x plus 4. Stay on this side, eliminate the 3x minus 3x minus 3x. That gives me negative 1x less than or equal to 4. Here I'm going to divide by -1, which makes that x more than or equal to -4. Switch, because at this last step I divided by a -1, so I had to switch it to more than or equal to. So make sure you're writing this down. And then for the extra, I would like you for numbers 6 and 8, I would like you to graph this on a number line. So make a number line, 0 in the middle, 3 to the right, -3 to the left. That will be a solid circle on -3. Numbers more than -3 will be solid circle, -3 to the right. And then I'd also like you to write that in interval notation. So interval notation would be square bracket -3, comma, infinity. So again, for 6 and 8, copy this work and then put 6 and 8 on a number line and write it in interval notation. So again, this on a number line would be a solid circle on -3, solid circle because of that, to the right, arrow to the right. More than -3 is to the right on the number line. This would be a solid circle on -4. To the right is more than -4. And then again, interval notation would be square bracket -4 to infinity rounded bracket. Okay, let's keep going. Dog. Dog. Okay, last ones. Here we go. These, I want you to realize the y-intercept is wherever you have x is 0 in the coordinate. The x-intercept is where you have 0 in the y spot. So I could tell this is the y-intercept, 0 for x. I could tell this is the x-intercept, 0 for y. Always that way. Opposites. X-intercept, y 0. Y-intercept, x is 0. I would also like you to practice writing this function in recursive and explicit. So I'm going down by 2, going up by 1 for x. So for recursive would be f of x minus 1 minus 2. Explicit would be f of x equals -2x. That number goes in front of x. So f of x equals -2x plus the 0 term 4 right there. That's explicit. Write that down too. Okay, 22. X-intercept is where y is 0. Y-intercept is where x is 0. So the x-intercept, y is 0, 18, 0. X-intercept, y is 0. Y-intercept, x is 0, that would be 0, -6. For this one, 23. X-intercept, y is 0. Y-intercept, x is 0. Y-intercept, 0, 4. The x-intercept, 2, 0. I would like you to write all this for me. Okay, almost done. Last problems. These ones I want you to graph, and then I'm going to have you practice writing the equations for them. So this is the y-intercept. Let's fix that. So the y-intercept right here, x-intercept right here. So the y-intercept where it's touching the y-axis, 0, 9. The x-intercept where it's touching this x-axis would be right here at 3, 0. That's the x-intercept. If I wanted to write the equation of this line like I'd like you to, I need the y-intercept 9 and I need the number in front of x, its slope. So if I connect a couple points on this line, I could do my run of 1 and my rise of -3 over 1 down 3 over 1 down 3. That slope with rise over run is -3 over 1. If I write the equation of this line, it would be y, or f of x, equals negative 3x plus that 9. The rate of change number in front of x and the y-intercept. That's my equation of that line. For this one, the y-intercept right here at 0, 4, 0 for x, 4 for y. Right here, the x-intercept looks like that is at negative 3, 0. The x-intercept always has y 0, negative 3, 0. If I wanted to write this equation, my y-intercept's 4. My easiest points to connect from here to here, right 3, up 4. If I put those two numbers together, that slope is 4 over 3 combined with that y-intercept of 4. This equation would be y equals 4/3 x plus 4. The last word is water. For my honors classes, what I'd like you to do, the last part, is take these two equations, combine them together, and graph the new line for me. So if I add these two equations together, 4/3 minus 3, which is really negative 9/3. So that negative 9/3 plus this 4/3 will give you negative 5/3 for your slope. Negative 9 over 3 plus 4 over 3. And then my y-intercept in 9 and 4 will give me a new y-intercept of 13. So again, honors classes, I'd like you to graph these two lines together. Combine this slope together. Combine this y-intercept together. Again, this is negative 9/3, which is negative 3. Negative 9/3, 4/3 gives you negative 5/3. All right, good luck.